Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Culture, Tourism and Communications Committee. It's Wednesday, the 24th of June at 2 o'clock. Sweltering hot day, so thank you all for either turning up in person or even from home in a very hot home. So so to start off, any apologies for absence?
Yes, Chair, we've got one from Councillor O'Connor.
And just for the record, who else is on this committee?
Yes. Well, apart from those present, we have Tim Zhu, Angela obviously has given her apologies, Laura, and following the full council, Helen Nelson will be joining us as well.
Right, there we are. Great. Okay, anybody got any declarations of interest?
Yes. A declaration of interest for 15, the Sea Shanty Festival, because it involves the Yacht Club, and I'm a member of that via the Rowing Club. So I declare personal interest there.
So which we got, would that be the Mumbles or the other one?
Mumbles.
Yeah, thank you.
And what I'd like to propose is when we're discussing item 12, I would bring in item 15 because it's a way of doing that.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Okay then. So next thing is to approve the minutes of the last meeting. Would anybody like to propose and second them? Richard and David second.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, everybody. So actions from the previous meeting, please, Ian.
Yes. Right, there's one completed as of last month, which will fall off obviously this month, Chair. So there's two. One is the budget environment. I haven't had a response yet from Paul, the RFO, but he's been extremely busy with other matters this month. And the other one is deferred until September in relation to the Mumbles time. So that's all there is.
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you.
Okay, number 5, to elect a vice chair of the committee. The reason this is on is because we talked about last time having a joint or co-vice chair, and Kerry was going to check this up. So any news on that, please, Kerry?
Sorry, yes, and I will be honest, I haven't had a chance to get advice on that, but sorry, Ian, can you just mute me? I'm echoing back. Thank you. Haven't had the opportunity to get advice on that, but what I have found out is that because obviously there was people there on the day and we were for it, it should have been voted on the day, and obviously the person that wasn't there could have still been voted for either way, even though they weren't there. So if that's what you'd like to do today, or whether you want me to find out about the co-chair, and I can do that now for you. You're on mute, so.
Yeah, we can't hear anything.
Tim's not here, Angela's not here, Helen, Laura. It's pretty best to ask everyone, isn't it, before we decide to know today? Do you think? I don't know. We are a minority of the
committee.
Yeah.
But you know, there are people here. I'm going to go with the flow. So whatever you decide today,
I don't know what David says.
Okay, Mart, Richard and David are saying to wait until next month. What do you?
Yeah, I agree. It's just, just for the sake of smooth running and democracy, I think it's better that we leave it until there's a more representative crowd of the committee here.
Okay, so we'll put that to the vote just so it's official. All those in favour of deferring that till next month when there are more members here? Okay, unanimous, thank you. Okay, next. Sorry, do you want to say something, Kerry?
Yeah, sorry, there was a delay, so I thought you were on mute, so I was going to say you're on mute again.
You get what we just said? Oh, so we're going to defer that till the next meeting, the vice chair, when there's more members here.
Okay.
Okay, so recommendations for co-opted committee members. So we've had co-opted members onto this committee before. Pip Reason, ex-councillor, Mike Eames, and also Liz Fuller as well. Now, I don't think Liz has got time to do it at the moment. She's spending more and more time in LA. Is this to re-elect these members or reapprove them to being co-opted members, Kerry, do you think?
Sorry, say that again. You've got people you want to co-opt on.
Well, no, we've got people that we've co-opted on in the past.
Mhm.
And do we just go through this now and take a vote if we want to re-co-opt them?
Yeah, so I think you just said there was one lady who wasn't available to do it. So have we contacted the other people we want to co-opt on to check that they are available to do it? And then obviously, if they're available to do it, then you can co-opt them on.
Okay, thank you. So what I'm going to recommend is we contact Pip and Mike Eames as well and ask them if they'd still like to be co-opted onto this.
Would you like me to do that?
Thank you, Ian. Yes, that'd be great. Cheers. Okay, all those in favour? Thank you. Co-opted. Okay, next thing is the folk festival update. So over to Rich.
Right. Did get a message. I spoke to Kerry earlier on. Yeah. I'm going to send you something afterwards with the updated list. All the bands that are booked. There's a few things to iron out to clarify what you do, Kat, and then what James does. Now, speaking to Kerry, something I wasn't aware of, up at the Underhill, they have a mobile bar. Yeah. Use that with our staff. Why not? So I wasn't aware of that, so I'm going to suggest that to James, because that's bar thing sorted out then, and we can discuss prices and everything.
And sorry to interrupt, would that be for use in the Austrian event?
Yes.
There we go. And we're okay with the licence with that, are we, Kerry?
We'd need to apply for a TANS license from Swansea City Council, but that'll be fine.
There we are, thanks.
Okay. And then I'll speak to Paul. What I'm proposing is like the system we use at Mumbles Fest. It's up and running. We have those card readers in the door. So people who are paying with cards, obviously you can take cash as well. What's been suggested is we charge £5 because it's normal amount, price of a pint, get people in there. I think the capacity is 180 at the Austrian. And once we go sort of things out, we can sell tickets online. I thought, because if you've got things up and running for Mumbles Fest, keep it simple, use it. And what else is there?
Spoke to you from before, if it ain't broken,
Yeah.
don't try to fix it.
There's a discussion about we could get this year's done for 2027, and because you've got a festival the week before, the last weekend in September.
2026,
27.
oh, 2026.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's gonna be- Oh, you mean to change it for next year? Is
Yeah.
that- Sorry, yeah.
Now, about changing it for the second week, what James did say was organising it all. Trouble with that, it's the Gower Cider and Folk Festival. We'd be competing with the same bands and the same customers potentially. However, what Kerry suggested is we do the same again, time with them. We could use the same bands but at different times. So the bands will have more work, and then we become part of that festival, if you like. It's Just
Mumbles
next
and
year.
Gower Folk Festival.
It is just, so that's 16 months away anyway. We can iron out stuff for this year. And then we can decide what worked well, what didn't, and then look at next year.
And then maybe if needed, we can get in touch with the Gower Folk Festival and see if they come on board.
Yeah, and also I think using our stream is a good option because it's something we want to use more.
Hmm.
More it's used, people will see it more and think, oh yeah, we'll use it for other things.
Just as maybe a possible suggestion then for the folk festival. I mean, the people who turn up to those don't seem to be normally lager drinkers.
No,
So maybe we can get some a commemorative ale for it or something like that we can sell, and a cider.
Yeah.
Because it tends to be cider and real ale that people drink at those.
And also, you know what, Laura's got Gower Gin, isn't she? You know, Gower Gin.
Gower gin.
Isn't that a Gower theme thing?
Everybody loves a gin.
Yeah, yeah.
something to think of.
Yeah.
This is things to sort out with
Yeah.
Val,
Yeah.
but good ideas. I think we'll more or less there. Yeah, just a few things to iron out. Who's doing what in certain things with Kat and James. And I think it's all done really.
Brilliant. Lovely job, Rich. Thank you, Rich and Kat. Brilliant.
Do you need to tell me what, are we talking about that now? Like what I need to do or?
Not in the meeting.
No.
That can be done outside the
Yeah.
meeting. I'm happy for that. Rather.
Oh yeah, you just come to post. Lots of people throwing you work with you.
Yeah.
I'm aware in the past we've overloaded our staff. I don't want that to happen.
No, you don't have a marketing agency. I'm also doing that.
Yeah.
So for the last,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I hope that I didn't offend you, though I was just trying to balance my load.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
hope I'm
No,
offending
not
you.
at all. And I know you've got a lot on with the family fun days, which you know are well underway from the prep you've already done. So
I'll touch base on that in a bit. Yeah.
brilliant.
Well,
Lovely.
With some of the crap I've been through in my life, it takes a lot to offend me.
yeah.
I'm usually the one who offends. Anyway, enough about that.
Any questions about Folk Festival so far?
No, not from me. I just think great. Sounds great.
So it'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it'll be weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Proposal is the Friday, there'll be the three pubs involved is Waterloo Stores, the Vic and Harry's Bar. The reason was they're the ones that showed interest when I was doing that last time. We ended up just doing it in the Vic and two bands, very, very small. Growing it from there. There'll be two bands on the Friday, can't remember which pubs they're in. Then on the Saturday, it's in a couple of pubs earlier on, then your stream.
Right. Yeah.
And then Sunday, it's in the three pubs, but it's like a round robin at different
Yeah.
times. And what is hoped, whereas if you just had a music festival, it'd be cover bands, be nice to local people. The idea is folk music as a following. So people will come in from outside, not just locals, come outside and spend money locally. So the money we're spending on this, hopefully, this is investment, and local businesses will make more money.
Absolutely. So maybe if we're looking at attracting people from outside, we can do some targeted marketing, online stuff, especially Gower, I would say.
Yeah, I know nothing about marketing now.
No, this is why we have an officer for it. So, I mean, do you think that's a good idea? So targeting, especially Gower, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brilliant. Great. Okay, next thing is Mumbles tourism update. Terry?
I haven't been working on this one, so I don't know if this was something Anne just been doing with the people who are Mumbles Life. I'm not too sure.
Right, so that's Gemma and Mark Hoskins, is it? The
I
new
think so. I
magazine.
think, yeah, and I think I've seen a grant funding application for them that I believe, Martin, is this correct? That's being referred to go to full council.
You've got me on that one. Which,
I think it was from a quick squidge of the minutes of finance the other day that there was a application for
oh yes,
the
yes,
Mumbles magazine thing.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, yes. You caught me on the hop there. Yes,
Sorry.
you are correct. Yes, you are correct. Yeah, that's to go to full council. That came to finance the other day, and that's to go to full council.
There we
Got
are.
me Go on.
So, well, look, this one, the tourism update and the breast cancer awareness update, I think we can defer until Ange is back with us next month, because she's been leading on those.
Yeah.
And in fact, I mean, the Toy and Toast event update, again, I mean, all we know is that it's running, it's up and running now. Is it been successful, Kerry?
Yep, it's been successful. I can't speak. It's successful. There's attendees going every week. It's formed part of our weekly events calendar. It pulls a different demographic from the other events, and it's growing in popularity. And especially when we put the little different activities into it every time as well.
Lovely, thank you. So, are you happy for those 3 to be deferred until Ange is back with us next month? Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, we'll defer those. Okay, the next one is to provide a welcoming signage and music in mumbles at future events. Welcoming signage, as in welcome to the event.
Yeah, the chair, I think it was Councillor Thomas suggested that after he'd done the half marathon, it was when he approached Mumbles, he liked the idea of, it's probably my wording, sorry, on the agenda. He liked the idea of something local and maybe also having music to accompany it. So if there's an event on, whether it's the half marathon, the Ironman, or one of those events, to have something specific for Mumbles, for the spectators and participants. I think that was the idea. He was 3 items he mentioned, which I've added to the agenda.
Yeah.
But,
And I can see it in different fonts. Yes, I do remember Will saying this now. So a lot of these events finish in Mumbles, I think, don't they?
Yeah.
So I'll bring in Marty, he's got his hand up.
Yeah, I was just going to echo what Ian said, and what Rob is saying there as well. It was a suggestion from Will, because obviously we have events in Swansea, like the air show, like the Ironman, like the half marathon and stuff like that. Just something to signpost people to Mumbles, so that it would stimulate business and people coming into Mumbles. Personally, I think it's a good idea. I'm sure we can do something along these lines with not a lot of resources. And, let's be honest, when we have these events, like the air show, for instance, it brings in thousands of people. So let's try and direct them to Mumbles.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I suppose without a budget in mind at the moment, all we're doing is approving that we're in favour of this. Okay, all those in favour? Brilliant. Right, to support the RNLI raft race on a permanent basis. So, Rich?
Chair, if I'd come in.
Yeah.
Right. We have the raft race once a year. Lots of local people. People may travel in from outside a bit, but it's just a raft race. They raise a fair bit of money. Now, if we get more money here, more people here, they would get more money and business would get more money. So what I'm suggesting, not that we approve to actually do it, if people like the idea, I will look at a few things, costings and everything, and then bring it back to the council. Because what I'm suggesting is, whatever time the raft race is, you just say it's about 3 o'clock. From perhaps lunchtime, you can get perhaps 4 buses at the seafront. It's summer, so there's a chance it might be dry. And I know you did it a while ago with buskers. How much do you have to pay for a busker for decent one?
There's different ways of doing it. You either get, I mean, my preferred method, being a musician myself and not wanting to fleece a musician for doing the service, is you offer them a token fee for doing the slot, say 50 quid.
Yeah.
But they are allowed to busk as well and top up their money that way. That's my preferred way of doing it, rather than to say, here's 50 quid, or will you just busk for us?
Yeah, agreed. but you could give them a feel like that, and then they could pass. Then I wanted to lead that to the raft race itself. Then after the raft race for an hour, they're normally there anyway, the Arnold singers. Yes, it's the sea shanty band. I was asked to leave because the singer wasn't up to it, but I'm not bitter. But for an hour, and then just suggest you could use the yacht club because it's a big venue and it's right opposite where they're doing it. Capacity there, it's got to be well over 100. I can check up on that, and we could get that for free. So if we paid for a few bands, then we could direct people there. It's another reason for people to come into Mumbles. So potentially, the money could come to the RNLI. Or you could do, say it's a free event, but for those that want going in, they could make a donation to the RNLI. There'll be tins there, because it's something that the yacht club do collect for obvious reason, to use the water. But I'm a member there, going to declare that. I will not make any money out of it, no free beer either. But it is a good venue for that, it's massive. Roof terrace as well.
Yeah.
And that could go until perhaps 8 o'clock in the evening. Just a suggestion, if people are happy with it, I can go into a few costumes and everything. Also, I know a man that knows a lot of sea shanty bands in addition to folk bands. So
bringing in number 12 here as well, or 15.
yeah, that's because I'm aware Gustav has started, but again, we don't want them doing too much. If people think it's a reasonable idea, I will go away and put a few things together. So a bit more of a proposal for next time.
Okay. Kerry, I know you had your hand up as well.
Yeah, so just to say that Will had asked for this to come on the agenda, and what he was hoping to discuss was that how the raft race used to be one of the main draws into Mumbles because it used to be quite big, and he wants to he's got this vision of making the raft race great again, and that he wants to see if it can come under MCC, I think, as an event, as what he wants to talk about. So I'd just like to maybe suggest that if Richard's going to go away and research things and bring them back to the next meeting, that we make sure that when we schedule it that Will can be available so he can speak to you about what his aspiration is and what he hopes to achieve with it, if that's okay. You're on mute still.
I think that's quite a sensible idea. I think what I'm getting from around the table is that as MCC, we would like to help support this event and try and make it, close to what it was before. What we can't actually do at the moment is talk figures. All we can do is talk ideas. And I think it'd be good for Will to come along, maybe next meeting, and talk about this. As I say, we're all sort of keen to support it, but it's how we support it. So maybe as a committee, we can think of some ideas and bring them along to the next meeting where we can discuss it. And then some sort of strategy in place for how we are able to support it. Now, that might mean quite a lot of financial investment. As for taking over the event, I don't know if the RNLI would be up for that. I wouldn't have thought so. It really is their baby.
Also, because the work involved, do we have the capacity for it? If it's not broken, why fix it? Just improve what we've got.
Yeah. I think what Will be able to explain it better to you, because I only had a very quick conversation with him while he was travelling and the line wasn't that great, but I think what he envisioned is that it would be a joint working project between MCC and the RNLI, not taken over, but it would form part of the annual event calendar, if that makes sense. I think here, because it was like the signal was going, the conversation was very in and out. So I think it'd be best if, as Richard suggested, if he's going to go away and research things, we get Will to come and explain what he's wants to happen as well.
Hey, Dave,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the busker's a great idea, but if they're collecting cash, would people assume it's cash for the RNL line that day? Maybe. Also, I think as well, the raffles was always in the evening.
Yeah.
Do you remember, for years it was 6 PM on Sunday night? And I think, it was always 6 PM on Sunday night, yeah. People would come down, they'd have lunch, they'd have dinner. Do you know what I mean? Maybe consider an evening event, but again, it's up to our RNLI, I know that. And finally, I think as well, what about hot dog stands and candy floss stands? You know, what about encouraging traders on the seafront? They'll pay a license when they order for.
Well, there is a wider problem there now,
Yeah,
and there's more space for these pop-ups to go.
yeah.
And I agree with you, it'd be lovely if it was 6 o'clock or 6:30, whatever it used to be. Now it's dictated to on the tide.
It's tight, yeah.
And, I'm quite optimistic. I don't want to be pessimistic, but we are weather dependent as well, because it can bucket down on Raft Race Day. I mean, last year it was cancelled and the wind wasn't that big, but the new sea defences have made it more choppy and less wind.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of exploration to go on this. And I think personally, we'd better to have Will here and explain what his suggestions are, and then we can take a vote on it from that. Are you all happy with that?
Yeah, and I'll put a few things together.
So, yeah, and bring your own ideas, of course, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, on that, have we got someone who's the go-to contact the RNLI?
Jim Dradham,
Yeah.
he does all their social stuff.
I'll contact him then, and just to say what I'm suggesting, so we know a rough idea of dates, and I'll tell him just it's a proposal, one for the others. Okay?
Well, maybe we can get somebody from the RNLI here
Yeah.
for that meeting as well. I think it's best. We're all sing off the same hymn sheet, and rather than we have get excited about an idea, and then they go and say, well, actually, no, that's not what we want. Let's not waste time. We'll get somebody from the RNLI here the next meeting. Okay, brilliant. Cheers, guys. To have netting suspended. I love this idea. Star netting from premises at the lower end of Newton Road to celebrate things like Christmas. So it'd actually go across the road with little, I don't know if they're solar powered or little luminous stars, and it's just going to make a magical grotto. I think it sounds lovely.
Yeah.
So anybody want to say anything on that, or should we just go to a vote? Right, all those in favour of it? Brilliant, thank you.
Please check the number 11 and 13, which we're supporting. Do they go to full council as a recommendation, or do it just?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
So Christmas events 2026, including lighting. I think this is over to you, Kerry.
Yes, please. So I emailed you all a report this morning, and it was dropped into the file, and I do apologise for the lateness of that going into the report. I'm currently facing a deadline on some really important work for next week that is being very time consuming. So I do apologise for the lateness of that. So basically, if you remember back in the May meeting, council agreed to via £7,000 to create a Christmas event. I had a telephone call with the local resident who arranges Christmas light switch on, and confirmed that they will still be doing that event this year, and they have confirmed that they will be. So having a little think around that, and started to think about that we don't really want to replace what they're doing or take away from what they do. It was more about enhancing the offering that we provide around Christmas. So came up with a few ideas that I've put down in the report, and I'm happy to discuss around them and take any questions. You're on mute still. You're still on mute, guys.
Sorry, Terry, I was just saying, I've been working all morning, so I haven't had a chance to actually read it myself. Do you want to go through it with us?
Yeah, that's fine. So the suggestions that we've put in is that we still operate the land train on the Christmas light switch on like we've done for the past 2 years, because that's provided really popular. So I think it's quite nice because the way we time that is that it runs from 4:30 till 6:30, so it doesn't impinge on the actual event that happens outside the Austrian Centre. The next one then is that we create a Christmas grotto on one Saturday in December that would be bookable for people to come through, and we have a couple of Christmas themed stalls in the off stream, and that's just obviously capturing something I think that I don't know if it happens in Mumbles because I don't live there, but obviously I think it'd be something that'd be quite nice to use the off-screen for, and obviously dress the stage in a bit of a Christmas grotto. I did put a link in the report to the Steelwork Santa. They're a locally based Santa Claus, shall we say, and he looks extremely like Santa Claus with his own beard. And he's very, very good Father Christmas. So there's that element of that there. Then there is the option to do 2 Christmas film evenings where on large screens, and we would utilise West Cross and the Austrian for them because they've already got the film licenses, and because the film licenses just to buy themselves for other areas are quite expensive. And that we would pick Christmas festive themed films and popcorns and bean bags and make a bit of a Christmas atmosphere for the almost like an indoor Christmas film, like when you see the big outdoor ones, but we do it indoors because of obviously the weather. The next idea then is that we do a lantern parade along the promenade, and there's 2 options that I think would work here. Is that either we host the lantern making workshops in the venues around the 4 wards, or we contact the schools and we provide them with the equipment to make the lanterns with the children in school, and then we just agree a date when the lantern parade would take place, and then it would be the schools help working with us to just marshal the children along the promenade. So it's a relatively safe event, but I think it'd look quite nice and effective with little lanterns going along the prom. And then the last 2 ideas would be something that we would work in conjunction with Mumbles Traders on, which would be so I've lost my train of thought now, would be a Christmas advent calendar shopping kind of experience. So shops would sign up and they'd get we'd make a loyalty card, and they would get a different stamp, and whenever you shopped in that premises, you got a stamp from the on the card. You have to collect, say, 12 stamps from 12 different independent stores and Mumbles. We'd ask those independent stores to obviously give a prize as well, and then on the day of the Santa's Grotto we would draw a winning card out of a hat, and they would win the prize that's been donated by all the independent traders. It's a way of trying to encourage people to shop locally at Christmas and to get them participating actively with the traders that are in Mumbles. And then the final one was and again, I don't know if this happens in Mumbles, a best dressed Christmas window competition, where we would obviously ask them to participate in a window dressing competition, and then the chair or vice chair of council would go around and would select winner and 2 runners up, and that would be announced over the Christmas period. So it's basically about trying to build a program of Christmas activities, because obviously we've already got the Christmas ward parties, which we aim at the older demographic. So it's basically just about building a quite nice Christmas program of little festive things that we can do relatively easily in the Christmas period with the money that you've allocated from Christmas. So that's the report.
Just like how Christmas Day this year is a Friday, so I'm thinking of possibly the 19th, the Saturday, for the Santa's Grotto, because if we do something there, it'd be quite nice in Goshing to have local produce. We could even mix it up with a cheese and wine and other local produce, people stocking up ready for Christmas and stuff like that. I think it's great. Love all the ideas personally myself, and I think we could really do something, a Mumbles mini market, Christmas markets, because, you know, they seem to do them so well in Germany and Belgium and places like that. It'd be quite nice. And, you know, there's nothing nicer, I think, at Christmas is those spontaneous. You go to something like that and you all end up in the pub for the night because everybody's in a really good mood, stuff like that. So I think something like that would be really lovely.
Yeah, so our stream is free on the 19th. I checked this morning and I took the liberty of provisionally booking it on the off chance that you said yes, just to make sure nobody else gets in on that date. So it is free on the 19th. The off-stream hall itself can take 22 stalls, should we say, but because obviously we're going to have a flow of traffic coming in for obviously to meet Santa, and my the way I envision it is that we would set the Santa's grotto up on the stage, and then the kit, they'd go up and down, like one side and down the other side and then out, or if they wanted to mingle in the hall where the rest of the stands. So we'd have a reduced capacity of stalls just to make sure that that flows safely through. But there is obviously the space there to do a reduced capacity of stalls, and then obviously make sure that it's all around the Christmas theme, and you can have like local cheese and wine people there, or, you know, different traders from within independent traders within Mumbles that might want to come along and have a table.
Brilliant. I mean, another option would be to do the Santa's Grotto possibly in the art room, and then you've got the thoroughfare for Santa's Grotto, not interfering with the thoroughfare for the market. That might be an option. Unfortunately, the 19th of December, I'm doing ABBA with orchestra in Llanelli, so I won't be able to attend. But I mean, you know, that doesn't tell me to. I just think you know, it's a great opportunity for us as a MCC to do something which the village would really enjoy and thank us for as well, I think. Anybody else want to say anything on this in the room?
That's a great idea. Fabulous idea.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So let's take a vote on it.
Getting schools involved and everything like that.
Brilliant, yeah. Let's take a vote on that then. So all those in favour? Brilliant. That's unanimous. Thank you, Kerry.
Thank
and
you.
else
Thank
who,
you.
helped come up with this. Sea shanty event we sort of
Done that, yeah?
done.
Yeah.
So a vote to exclude the press and public. Now, all those in favour? Brilliant. We'll stop recording now.